There's this moment every year when the air feels just a little heavier, your energy dips, and you wonder why even the most simple of tasks and simple of things, they feel harder. It's not burnout though. It's the shift of the season. Fall has a way of nudging us to pause, to let go, and to start fresh. The question is, will you resist it or are you going to lean in?
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Taking Up Space with Jordan. I'm your host, Jordan, and happy September. I've got my autumnal wardrobe on, my cozy back room is set up, and I got a honey butter apple candle glowing under the warmer. It's giving fall, it's giving autumnal, it's giving I'm so excited for apple picking season. And look, I know not everyone is obsessed with pumpkin spice lattes, the crunchy morning air, but fall isn't just about apple picking and pumpkin patches. It's actually about honoring one of the most powerful rhythms of life, change. And here's what I love about fall. It's the season that whispers, it's okay to let go. In the spring, I have this idea that we become, but in the fall, we shed. And yes, that can feel a little bit scary, but the beauty is that nature shows us the signs. The sunflowers are drooping. The mums are on the front porches. There's leaves scattering on the sidewalks. Everything around you is reminding you it's time. And today, I'm here to help you navigate that change with intention. Because here's the thing, most of us don't slow down enough to notice these signals and these signs. We just feel the unease, the hesitation, and we think something's off. But fall isn't about something being wrong. It's about something shifting. And if you can catch that shift, you can actually use this season to realign yourself instead of resisting. And that's what we're going to be diving into today. I'm going to share with you a few things, why transition seasons feel so uncomfortable and why that's actually a good thing, how to recognize what and when to release without the guilt or second guessing yourself, as well as the simple ways to ground yourself in fall energy so that you enter this season feeling lighter, clearer, and ready for what's next. By the end of this episode, my goal is that you not only feel okay with the change that fall is bringing, but you actually start to welcome it. I think one of the main reasons people are hesitant or maybe upset about their transition from fall is that summer has a better marketing team. Kidding, kind of. Summer is marketed to us as this season that is filled with fun, joy, and being out and about. Your Instagram and TikTok is filled with rooftop bars and beach trips and pool parties, whereas fall is like, look at this pumpkin. You ever seen such a good pumpkin? You've seen them all. I'm kidding. I'm gonna like your damn pumpkin photo if you post it. But that's kind of the point, though. Fall doesn't scream for your attention the way that summer does. Summer is a needy little girl. And I think the reality of so many people being hesitant about fall is because we live in a society that actually does glamorize this extroverted summer fun. But I'm going to ask you a real quick question.
Which extroverted shit were you actually doing? Honestly, though, because for me, I was hanging out by the lake with maybe a friend or two, but most of the time it was just me and my dogs. I'd hang out on the balcony and drink a nice, crispy Diet Coke. I'd enjoy a summer lemonade, but I wasn't necessarily doing the hot girl thing of being on the rooftop bars and posting all over my Instagram. I was out in nature.
But I do get it. Even I found myself feeling a little antsy, uneasy these past few days. Maybe even a little bit of sadness for what I could have done or should have done this summer. Maybe I should have gone paddleboarding more with my friends, or should have gone to that baseball game, or should have said yes to that invite. But one thing I've learned about myself is I'm not an extrovert. But I'm still going to miss the summer sunsets from my balcony, the 10 p.m. dog walk. I'm going to miss the summer breezes as I hung out by the lake. The reality is, summers are easier on our mental health and our physical health. We are able to get out in the sunshine, absorb it, and feel good. And fall can bring on that gloomy weather. And reality is that less sunlight does impact your mood, energy, and even sleep. I'm sure you're even noticing it now. It's getting darker earlier, especially if you're here in the Pacific Northwest. I think the sun sets now by 8 p.m. every day. If you haven't noticed that, maybe you're starting to feel a natural slowness starting to seep into your body. You might be thinking, ugh, why can't I get motivated? I'm so lazy. No, you're not. Your body is just in tune and flowing with nature. This feeling of slowing down is completely normal. And something that is so cool about humans is that we unconsciously mirror nature. We adapt to our environments without being aware that we are doing it. We begin the shedding process, retreating, and even pulling back. But since we fight it or resist it, this slowdown feeling feels unnatural or potentially even stressful. I've noticed myself not wanting to go on that final evening walk. I'm journaling longer in the mornings. It's taking me longer to get out of my cozy little bed. I just want to stay in my little cocoon. My dog's on either side of me, my kitty cat purring on my pillow. Who wants to leave that cozy little nest? The reality is, though, we gotta leave that nest. Because unfortunately, most of us still need to go do our chores. Dogs need to be fed. Kids gotta get on the bus. So we have to learn to adjust, to pull back the covers and keep going, but doing it in a way that doesn't feel like I'm fighting my body's natural need to slow down. I think the biggest gift that fall gives us is the chance to reflect, to see the glamour kind of come off of some of our relationships, to show us that we have been searching for answers and that fall is actually going to give them to us. If you stop resisting it, though, shifting into fall mode, though, it takes a little bit of time. That's why I wanted to release this episode right kind of at the start of September so that you can prepare your body, your mind, and your soul before the season sweeps in. And before I dive in, quick reminder, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. It's the number one way you can support me so I can keep creating this content for you. That was a little song for you. But and if you are craving more, don't forget, I also release an exclusive YouTube series where I cover boundaries, mindset shifts, and practical tools for building your dream life that is released every Wednesday exclusively on YouTube. You'll definitely want to check that out if you haven't already. Okay, let's actually talk about how to actually shift, though. The first step is doing a little life audit. I want you to start asking yourself, just very passively for a little bit, what do my routines really look like right now? Who's in my community? Do they support me? Do I want to pour back into those relationships? I want you to think about these passively for the next day or two and then dive into an actual full audit. And the reason why is because I think a lot of the times if you try to do this shifting everything all in one night, you can actually become overwhelmed and burnt out from all of the shifting and the pulling yourself into all the different directions. And you might change your mind about one relationship because you didn't think about it long enough, or you might change your routine because you were just didn't want to do it that day. So you just want to kind of take your time with this. But your routines will naturally change from summer to fall. For example, it's colder in the mornings. So instead of rushing to grab that hot coffee, maybe pause, drink a glass of water first. Hydration matters, even when it's cold outside. I want you to let that light into your space. Give your body a gentle wake up instead of jolting straight into the day with a big old cup of coffee. And instead of sprinting through your mornings, what if you took them slower? Add in some journaling. Put on a calming playlist that sets the tone. If you've been outdoors all summer, maybe this is also the time to try a new cozy hobby. Bread making, painting, embroidery, Legos, whatever sparks joy and keeps your creativity flowing. Once you've tended to your routines, look at your social circle. Fall and winter can feel very lonely, especially for the single girlies. I know for me, my calendar with my friends, it slows down this time of year. People want to hunker down with their partners, and that can sting a little. Here's my reminder for all the single girlies that might be starting to feel the creep of loneliness because they're like, oh, it's the cuddle months, it's the cozy months. If you are looking around and you are not seeing anything that is interesting you, that is perfectly okay. Date yourself first. Fall in love with you this season. Don't let the shift in weather pressure you into settling for someone who doesn't truly see, love, and respect you. You are beautiful. You are worthy of love. And yes, it's okay to feel lonely at times. That doesn't mean you're not an independent baddie. But don't confuse that with being undeserving. If loneliness does start to creep in, create new traditions with your friends. Host a Midnight's Margarita Night and watch Practical Magic. Plan a soup swap dinner party, or invite friends over for an arts and crafts night where everyone works on their own project. Traditions are how we create memories and deeper bonds. And you don't need a holiday to start one, and you also don't need a plus one. Next, I want you to shift up your environment. I recently did this, and I feel so much better. Our brains respond so strongly to environmental cues. Earlier this week, I was feeling sluggish and on edge, and until I gave my home a little refresh. I aired out the couch, I cleared the balcony of summer plants, I dusted, and I finally added a few little fall decorations. The moment I sat down in my cozy reset space, I felt my shoulders drop. It wasn't that anything was wrong. I just hadn't shifted my environment yet. And I was feeling so much more at peace. I was feeling refreshed. It felt like my space was finally pulling in the energy that I wanted to, and I had let go of the chaos of summer. The final piece of this is stop calling yourself lazy. Less daylight means your body produces more melatonin, the sleepy hormone, which makes you naturally tired in the day. On top of that, colder weather slows us down physically. Together, that creates this sleepy, cozy, perfect fall vibe that fall is famous for. So instead of criticizing yourself, reframe it. This is your body syncing with the rhythm of the season. Now, part of shifting is also about releasing and letting go of what you don't need to carry forward. And I'm not going to go too deep into that today because I do have a follow-up episode that is going to talk all about releasing and being prepared for fall. But it is a topic that is important, and I do think fall is the perfect time to let go of the things that you no longer want to hold on to, let go of the relationships that are no longer serving you, let go of habits and routines, let go of mindsets, let go of limitations, all of that. So you're not going to want to miss that one. So as you move into September, remember, fall isn't here to take anything away from you. It's here to invite you to shift, to slow down, to reset. Think of it this way. Bears aren't beating themselves up for resting. Trees aren't apologizing for dropping their leaves. Nature shifts without shame, and so can you. Slowing down is not falling behind. It's resting. Resting is a natural, necessary part of growth. So go easy on yourself in these next few weeks as you're adjusting. Maybe it looks like lighting a new candle, pulling on your favorite blanket back onto the couch, or giving yourself permission to linger in bed for just a few extra minutes. Small rituals matter. They're anchors that are going to help us honor the season that we're in. And I would love to hear about your fall rituals and routines. So share them with me. I want to inspire each other to embrace the shift instead of resisting it. Wherever you're listening from today, I hope you can give yourself one small moment to exhale, to soften, and to welcome this transition. Fall is here and she's offering you rest. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep shifting, and keep taking up space. Kisses.